Now they do actually eat about 100 pounds of food every day.
That sounds good.
However, they are herbivores, which means they only eat plants. So those are just some pretty big salads.
That's a lot of salad. This guy's eating dinner up there. Did you see that up there?
Yeah, I did.
Going in the water, Lil. Whoa.
I hope none are here.
Water.
Now I do see some greater flamingo. Yep, coming up on our left. Now greater flamingo are the largest of the flamingo species. They stand at about 5 feet tall. Now they are also the lightest in color. Does anyone know how a flamingo gets its color? From eating shrimp. However, they eat this teeny tiny shrimp called brine shrimp, which is also known as krill, so you might hear that too. But I'm afraid people actually don't eat krill. I'm sorry to tell you, but the next time you do eat any shrimp, you're not going to turn pink. I sure hope not. Now friends, believe it or not, we are still in the savannah. Because it makes up over 60% of the African continent. It takes a long time to get through. Yep. Way down over there, that is a white rhino.
There he is down there.
Now the reason that it looks so dark is because he was actually probably rolling around in mud. Now they do that on purpose. You see, they have skin that is just as sensitive as ours to the sunlight, so they like to roll around in mud and use it as a sunscreen. They're not actually white in color. You see, they get their name from a miscommunication. When the Western world first, really started coming heavily into Africa, and they found white rhino, they were found by the Dutch, and so they called them white rhino. And white is Afrikaans for wide because they have very wide mouths. But when the English came along, they thought they were trying to say white. Kind of got confusing, and that's how they got their name.
Rhino. Where?
Now there on the left is going to be a cheetah.
Cheetah up on the hill.
Yep, right there on the hill.
See him looking
pretty easy to see, luckily.
down between the trees.
Cheetahs are usually pretty hard to spot.
In the grass. Laying down, look.
Now cheetahs are indeed the fastest of the land animals. Does anyone know how fast a cheetah can run? Yep, about 60 miles per hour. They can actually go from 0 to 60 in a matter of only 3 seconds.
Up on the grass. Looks like a dog.
However, they are natural sprinters, so they can only hold those speeds for about 30 seconds.
Great job.
Good job, bud.
They can only hold their speeds for about 30 seconds before they have to slow down.
What's the regular speed?
I believe that they really only run at about the 60 for those 30 seconds, and then they just decide to stop running. There'll be another one there over our left, so we're just going to go slowly past.
More cheetah. Right, where'd the rhino go?
That's a great question. Maybe you went up ahead somewhere. They do have a tendency to slip into the forest. They're very good at that. Now, I don't see any white rhino yet, but I do see 2 lions.
Logan, look up.
Yeah, right ahead of us. Now, they will be on our left in a moment because we're going to turn.
Right on the rock. Straight
Now, the
there,
male
see?
might be a little hard to see because he's almost behind the
Logan, see
female,
him right up on the
but
rock.
we
Right
can
there.
have a pretty great view of that lioness.
See it?
On the rock, see it?
Where's the other one?
Right behind her. Right behind
You
her.
only see the head. This morning you were able to see the head.
Just right behind
I
her.
feel like she's staring into my soul. Now, lions do rest for about 20 hours a day, so it's not surprised that they're just relaxing right now. Now, in those 20 hours of the day, they do sleep and eat. So then the other 4 hours of their day are spent with the lionesses hunting, while male lions stay back to protect the pride, which means they watch the cubs.
Just like me.
Now on our right, there are going to be little brown and white antelope.
Oh, they're
I
cute.
see 2. There will be larger brown antelope. I'll talk about them more in a few moments. But those little ones, they're called bantabak, and then Swahili for candle goat. Now they get that name because they have a white spot on their face that looks kind of like a candle with a flame. And then I guess they do look a little bit like goats. But I promise, they are antelope.
Goatalope.
And bantabak do actually sometimes have a purpley sheen to their coats. And because of that sheen, they're actually hunted to near extinction in the early 20th century. There were only 17 left in the entire world. However, reserves and zoos did save them through breeding programs. And now coming up ahead in just a moment, I also saw some water buck. They're going to be larger brown antelope without any horns.
Over here.
Let's see if we can see them.
Safari.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Right there. See them?
Straight out on your right. Now water buck are actually really cute. They have heart-shaped noses. Right?
Eggs.
And those large eggs there that are underneath that tree branch, those are ostrich eggs. On the right, yep. They're underneath the tree branch. Now each ostrich egg weighs upwards of 3 pounds. And it's no surprise the largest birds do lay the largest eggs.
That's my side.
Now friends, we are officially leaving the savannah. And now we're going to head into Magadi Glen. This is the newest addition to the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, so most animals are still migrating their ways over. But it is a beautiful example of what a healthy and thriving ecosystem looks like. Now believe it or not, this was actually a gift to us from the Disney Conservation Fund. Every dollar that's donated to the fund is matched by Disney 100%.
Thanks, Will.
And 100% of the proceeds do go towards conservation efforts, such as reserves like this that are found all over the world and even research.
Blah, blah, blah. There's Logan. The
Would you like
wild
to know
Logan.
something cool that Disney
in the
actually discovered
safari.
through its research? Disney discovered that elephants are afraid of bees. However, at the same time of this discovery, about 2 or 3 years ago, farmers here in Africa were actually hunting and killing elephants for eating their crops. So in response, Disney flew to Africa and helped the farmers lace their fences with beehives. So now, the elephants stay away and don't get hunted. The crops don't get eaten. Bees are beginning to do pretty well. And the farmers even make a profit by selling the honey that the bees make. So it's kind of just like a win-win-win situation all around. Now since its founding, the fund has raised over $70 million. And if you're wondering how you could donate, you could actually either go online at their website, or you could donate at any merchandise location in Disney's Animal Kingdom. Now friends, did you have fun on our safari?
Yay!
Yes, good. I'm glad to hear it. I did too. But I'm afraid that this does mean it is the end of the safari. No, it's quite sad. But I am actually going to drop you off where I picked you up, so we will still have a few moments together. Now friends, before I forget, if I have any wilderness explorers on board, the name of this truck